So I'm Jonathan McCune. I'm the Director of Product Management for AV and Digital Signage at Blackbox Technology Product Solutions.
And I'm Kevin Swank, Director of Product Management for Global Services at Blackbox Networks. So I think the role of technology in improving retail, there is numerous, and it's very expansive. At this show, we're seeing a lot of digitalization and digital commerce, e-commerce, and that's one part of it. But it's also bringing that technology down into the stores. There's a lot of digital technology that's being shown on this floor with respect to digital signage and kiosks and digital shelves and digital price tags. And that's all great. But to make all of that work inside of the store, it requires a really, really good, robust network. And that's one of the areas that retailers have not focused on in the recent future. So that is, when it comes to analytics, when it comes to security, when it comes to wireless, when it comes to a lot of these new capabilities that are going to be required for all of this digital transformation to occur, one of the areas that retailers really need to focus in on is that core infrastructure for the stores as digital technology becomes mainstream.
Yeah, and to build on that, the way I see it once we have now that great network that's in place, that allows us to enable a lot more of the analytics and the connectivity piece, right? So as we look at triggering data and content back that's tailored to that customer, that's that bridging that we have between the e-com experience and the brick and mortar experience overall. Technology is really bridging that gap between the online and offline experience by allowing, it's allowing us to have that immersive online experience in store as well as that in-store experience online, right? So it's not just showrooming at the retail location anymore, but also inside of the e-com sites as well, which further to that allows you to really create a bespoke experience for the customer at the end of the day when they're in that retail location that starts at that, at home in front of the PC or in that mobile first type of solution, right? Your customers are shopping on that mobile phone more often, right? So it's now taking that and making it one real experience overall.
Are we going to phase out retail stores or brick and mortar stores dead? It's it's a question that we get a lot. And honestly, yes. Brick and mortar stores are changing. You see failings of brick and mortar stores constantly over the last few years. And we're gonna see a fundamental change. We're gonna see some miniaturization. We're gonna see more pop-up stores. We're gonna see more kiosks in stores. We're gonna see more intelligence goes into those stores. So it's not about, stores of the future, they're not dead, they're changing. And it's not about paint and fabric and carpet and wood floors and those types of things that retailers have focused on. It's that experience that's in the store. How do you make a customer feel like they're engaged inside of that store? So we're seeing cafes pop up. We're seeing more immersive experiences, and that requires this digital element to come into the store. So bringing that online element into the store, bridging those two things together, and then bringing more and more technology into the store so the customer feels like that store is about them, not just anybody that walks through that store. So an intelligent retail space is exactly what it sounds like, right? It's a digital space in a brick and mortar store, fueled by analytics, fueled by digital technology, fueled by new display technology, fueled by new customer experiences. What really is missing inside of those experiences is the fundamental capability to make that experience work inside of the store. So you might have analytics coming from digital shelves. You might have analytics coming from digital price tags. You have the ability to change digital price tags, but you have more. You have the ability to track people's location inside of the store. And you really need to be able to bring all of those kind of technologies together. And that is one area that's has not really worked yet, right? And so we have all of these multitudes of technology. We have to be able to bring those together, whether it's wireless, whether it's security, whether it's analytics, kind of like I said, coming from the digital shelving or the cash registers. We just have to be able to bring all of those technologies together to make that experience work. Right now, they're very disparate, and so they're really cool technologies, but they're not yet all working together.
The role of analytics is really important in this retail industry overall. As you look at utilizing the digital transformation within retail, and if you look and what you really have to measure that effectiveness, right? So what we're trying to find out is, is this sign effective, or is this end cap effective, and then what draws people to it, right? So you can take that and really take that raw data and cut it a number of different ways. That's really what I see as the most important role of that analytics piece, is really driving that ROI for them.
Yeah, but I think, and then if you build on that with respect to the analytics, it's the type of analytics. So are you driving analytics for stocking? Are you driving analytics for the customer experience? Are you driving analytics for the associate experience? And they're all tied, they all need to be tied together. But I mean, I think from an overall perspective, we're going to see, location come into play. We're going to see, the smarter shelving coming into play. We're going to see utilization around, and not only utilization, but happiness around the associates that are in the store, right? And it's all of those types of analytics working together that I think really make everything, just the overall experience for everyone. Not just the customer, but all of the employees as well.
So, retailers can, manage that customer experience, to be the best that they can be, both in store and online, by making that a seamless transaction, right? So it's an experience, right? So if I look at something like Peloton, right, that's a great experience. I've been in one of their locations just recently, first time I've seen it, but it is the Peloton experience, both online and in that retailer right away. And it's an experiential retailer. You walk in, there's 3 treadmills, and there's someone set up with workout gear and a couple of accessories, but it's a retailer nonetheless, right? So it's taking away the idea of showrooming, and it's making it one experience, right? So it's not a battle between the online retailer and the brick and mortar. It's all one, right? And the customers, I know I don't want to be part of a battle between e-com and brick and mortar, right? So that's just one way, right?
Yeah, and I think to extend on that, it is one experience. It has to be one experience. So what might start as an experience that is online has to extend to that same experience in the store. So that personalization of, hey, I started this on my phone, I walk into the store, now the store knows that I'm there. That kind of personal experience and that kind of fluidity is very important, and vice versa. If I start something in the store, I need to be able to continue that online. And until we have that we used to call it 360 feedback, or that whole 360 thing, until we have that kind of that seamlessness, then there's going to be a lacking in customer experience. So what trends do we expect to see in 2020? Well, miniaturization is one. Just the experience in the store is another. The amount of digital technology that we have that's so unique, that we've seen at this show in particular, is amazing. Right, and we have to start to see, we've seen some of it come into the stores. We've seen digital price tags come into the store. We've seen kiosks come into the stores. We've seen digital signage come into the stores. But we're at the tip of the iceberg with respect to all of that. We're seeing so many new form factors, so much more intelligence with respect to AI. And those are driving new immersive experiences in the stores. And that immersive experience can continue online or start online and go into the stores. And both ways, that is what we expect to see going forward, is these engaging stores that people want to hang out in, not just complete a purchase and leave, but actually, want to go, hey, we'll spend some time here. And that is those kind of trends are the trends that we expect to see in 2020.
Yep. On top of that one as well, I think that the other thing we're going to see is a lot more of the connection between what we see already, right? You mentioned the digital experience that's visual, but really what's behind the scenes too, that behind the curtain experience, and connecting those two dots so that it is really a truly immersive and transparent experience to the end user, so that digital signage looks fresh every time they see it. That audio track is different every time they come in. It is meaningful, and it has a meaningful use to both the employee, the customer, and the business owner as well.
So some of the things that we've talked about are some of the things that we're experiencing with respect to the retail stores, on the online presence. All of that put together is we're seeing this continuous merger of online and premise and the brick and mortar. But in some ways, the brick and mortar is still being left behind with respect to how much investment is going on to make those places special, right? The technology is here with respect to everything from digital signage to digital price tags to digital shelving and more. But the investments that's required in the stores still needs to happen. And so that is not only that technology, but the fundamental infrastructure in the store, the networks, the point of sale systems that work in conjunction with that. We're going to see all of that happen, but for the brick and mortar to be the real engaging place, just like the online presence is going to continue to require investment and remodeling so that people want to come and hang out in the brick and mortar stores.